welcome to Coastal Living. It's another great day here in the Coastal Bend, and we sure have been enjoying this nice, cool, sunny weather. What's to come? Well, I'm no weatherman, but I can tell you what's coming up on Coastal Living. Now, the Junior Livestock Show is happening out at the Richard M. Borchard Fairgrounds, and we're going to touch base with some students and teachers to learn what it takes to get there and what's the end game for them. Plus, we've got a pet of the week, a pet that you can handle, not really a cow, maybe dog, cat, something within your realm. And we have a delicious spring roll recipe that will leave your mouth watering. So thank you for joining us. You're watching Coastal Living.
It's a new year, and we're starting 2025 with the same old respiratory viruses. 40 states, New York City and D.C., are reporting high or very high levels of flu activity, according to the latest CDC data. Emergency department visits for RSV and flu are very high and are increasing for COVID-19 from low levels nationally.
I thought it was a sinus infection. I had no idea.
Pam McLaughlin went to urgent care with postnasal drip and a strange burning sensation in her nose.
The doctor came, she said, I'm shaking my head because you got a double whammy. You have COVID and the flu.
Doctors say some people have built up immunities from previous infections and vaccinations, which can make symptoms milder. But there's also a growing number of people with serious complications.
And over the last week, it started reflecting in our hospitalizations and admissions, where it starts to become challenging to our staff.
Dr. Martin Topiel with Virtua Health says RSV, another respiratory illness, is also spiking. All the contagious infections probably related to holiday gatherings when people are in close contact. Do you expect this increase to continue now post-holidays?
Yeah, I think the next 3 to 4 weeks may be very difficult.
He says infections are being spread quickly by many people who don't realize they're contagious.
Be careful, the slightest thing, just go get tested. It's better to be safer than sorry.
And doctors say it's not too late. Vaccines are still available for COVID and flu for everyone, RSV for people at high risk.
Hello everyone, I am Vanessa Maldonado, and you may also know me as Yoga with V. Here are a few stretches to go ahead and help lengthen your spine, aligning your spine, and also doing a few stretches here to help you day by day on an everyday practice. So we're going to go ahead and start with chair pose. As you start with chair pose, you're going to go ahead and lengthen the hands all the way up to the sky. Tuck the tailbone in. As you tuck the tailbone in, you're going to bring the hips down, engaging into your core, relaxing. Shoulders are going to be away from the ear, holding it here. Again, remember the breath is very important, so you're going to go ahead and take 3 to 5 deep yoga breaths. Inhaling nice and strong. As you inhale, lengthen up the spine, and exhaling. Now, if you want to go ahead and further your practice a little bit here, you can go ahead and lengthen the hands and exhaling softly, bringing the left elbow to the right knee, giving a good deep twist onto your spine. Holding it here, gazing over to your right side, taking a deep inhalation, and exhaling nice and softly. Taking one more deep inhale. And as you exhale, let's go ahead and center in all the way up to the front, lengthening the hands up to the sky, and exhale, forward fold, bringing the weight to the ball of your toes, softly, slowly, and rising up, half lift, hands onto shin, deep inhalation, and exhale, forward folding, bringing yourself up, nice and slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Our next pose we're going to go ahead and get into, you're going to come down onto the mat, onto your glutes. You're going to bring the left knee crossing over to the right. Now again, you can go ahead and stay here if you'd like. Keep the chest in mind, keep the chest facing up to the sky, bringing your hands into heart center. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, shifting over, nice and softly, slowly as you can. It's your practice. Holding it here. Now optional, you can gaze into your left side or all the way to the back to get a little bit deeper stretch onto your spine. As you exhale, bringing your hands back into heart center, inhale, lengthen the spine all the way up. Exhaling, releasing your hands by your side. Go ahead and release the feet and exhale, forward fold. You want to be mindful not to roll the spine. Keep the chest up. It's okay if your chest or rib cage cannot reach your quads. And our last stretch, we're gonna go ahead and come laying down position onto our mats. We're gonna get into windshield wipers. So as you lay slowly, you're gonna go ahead and relax, drop the shoulders away from the ears, away from your neck, and you're gonna take a deep inhale. Exhale, dropping the knees over to your right side, holding it here. Take a deep inhale. And exhaling, bringing your knees back into center. And let's go ahead and go the other side. So take a deep inhalation. Exhaling, softly dropping over the knees, over to your left side. Getting that deep stretch onto your mid-lower back, body, and softly bringing it back. And coming into a fetal position over to your right side, gently pressing yourself up nice and slowly and bringing yourself up to the center.
Now, Coastal Living's Pet of the Week.
It's time to introduce you to our pet of the week. This week's dog is Daryl. He's an American Pit Bull Terrier who's about 2 years and 1 month old, weighing in at almost 70 pounds. His heartworm status is below detectable limits and he has not yet been dog tested, but he is very friendly with staff and he loves attention. Don't we all, Daryl? Daryl knows how to sit on command and play fetch. Remember, you can stop by and visit all available pets, including Daryl, Monday through Saturday from 1 to 5:30 p.m. You might find the perfect companion for you.
Coastal Living's Pet of the Week is paid for by Animal Medical Corpus Christi, family owned and operated since 1981.
Welcome back to Clarissa's Kitchen. Today I'm giving you my version of a summer roll. You may have had a spring roll before, which is a little bit different. Those usually contain some sort of protein like shrimp or beef inside, and they have those vermicelli noodles. This one is just a rice paper, I call it a tortilla. It's rice paper in a circular form, and a lot of really fresh ingredients. So a traditional summer roll is going to have imitation crab, cucumber, some kind of herb, either mint or cilantro, and then you would have some carrot, and I think that's about it. But my version is gonna have a few extras. As you can see, I sliced up my serrano peppers because I like it spicy. I've got some mint there. I'm cutting up some Honeycrisp apples into little French fry shapes. Whatever it is that you wanna add, you can see I've got some mango here. You just wanna cut it into a long, thin shape because it makes it easier to add these ingredients and to roll up your final summer roll. Don't forget the avocado, and in the background you can see my cilantro, and I purchased some pre-julienne carrots as well. So now it's time to create your summer roll masterpiece. You want to put your rice paper into water until it gets sort of a stretchy consistency, usually about a minute or two. Then you want to lay down your lettuce first to create a bed to lay everything else in. For this particular roll, I'm going in with my carrots, my mint, my imitation crab, and a few other really great ingredients. Now the thing is, these are limited in shape, or size should I say, so you want to make sure you don't go overboard with the ingredients. Just remember, you've got plenty of rice paper on the side and you can make as many of these as you like. Now, if you can roll a burrito, you can roll a summer roll. It's just a little bit thinner of paper. So I've got my hands nice and dry. I guess I realized here I forgot my cucumber. And you just want to roll over the top. It is a little bit stretchy. Sometimes it can break, and if it does, no big deal. Fold in the sides and roll it through. The tighter the better, but it's okay if it ends up kind of loose. These don't hold over very well in the fridge, so I do suggest eating them immediately. And the last thing you want to add is some sweet chili sauce, some sriracha, whatever your favorite topping is for something like this, but you can't go wrong with the sweet chili sauce. Throw that on top, enjoy, and let me know what you think if you have a chance to try this at home. This is a staple in my kitchen. The Nueces County Junior Livestock Show is happening from now till January 18th over at the Richard M. Borchard Fairgrounds. We had the opportunity to visit with some of the students and teachers participating this year to talk about what it takes to raise an animal and what they're hoping to win and experience from all of it.
I'm Cody Leal, and I am one of the 2 FFA Ag Advisors here at Mary Carroll High School.
And I'm Katie Walter. I am one of the Ag teachers here at Mary Carroll High School, and I also teach Ag at Grant Middle School.
To be part of Ag means to be part of something bigger than yourself. We're so blessed to be here in the Coastal Bend community because you have signs of agriculture even on the outskirts of the city. This is my 6th year teaching agriculture, and I started in the inner cities of Houston at Alief ISD. So to have the opportunity to come here and see, ag kind of firsthand here in the Coastal Bend is an amazing, amazing opportunity.
This is my 3rd year teaching ag. I've been involved in agriculture all my life, but they say if you do something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life, and this is the best job that anybody could ever have. The stock show kicked off basically January 4th with the horse show, and it comes to an end January 18th with the big shebang. It's our blue ribbon sales, so that's where the kids will get to be selling the different projects, so it kind of comes to an end with that, and we have a ton of different events going on in between. Everything from showing all of the animals, ag mech projects, homemaking projects, just a ton of different events going on. Yeah,
so the stock show is going to cover everything from the smallest of animals, including rabbits and chickens, all the way up to the large animals like the beef animals, heifers and steers. For the first timers, I think we generally recommend a smaller show project such as a rabbit or a chicken. It's just kind of an easy introduction into the show itself. The costs are lessened, obviously, with a smaller project, but generally what we see is kids get so hooked into this is by the time they hit senior year, they're looking for the bigger projects, the lambs, the goats, the pigs, and the cattle. And of course, as the animals get bigger, the costs are going to go up, but generally the benefits of that show at the blue ribbon sale whenever it's time to make this sale. And I think it's important to remember that the blue ribbon sale, whenever these folks in the community are purchasing these kids' animals, that money is going back to the kids for either next year's show project or it's going into a fund for college. So it's a great opportunity to make money for school. It's a great opportunity, to just kind of advance these kids all the way through the ag program.
Because in the beginning, they really have no idea what they're kind of getting themselves into, because it's not one of those things that, oh, I have to take care of my animal, but today I don't want to go out there. They have to go out there. It's really cold outside right now, but they still have to go out there and take care of that animal, rain or shine. It doesn't matter how cold it is, how hot it is, they have to go out there and make sure that animal is cared for. It's a big growth experience for them and a huge commitment, and they really do learn a lot from it.
Brings a lot of leadership ability forward, and that's generally what we're seeing. Most of our kids who end up being our leaders in the FFA program generally are coming from exhibiting animals, so leadership's a big quality that they learn just by participating in it. Yeah. So come on out from now until January the 18th. Come check out the Nueces County Junior Livestock Show. Come support the kids. Come cheer them on, and let's have a great time, Coastal Bend.
We're going to take a very quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. When we return, our beloved Harbor Bridge.
I'm hoping you'll say yes. Yes to what?
Tilda Swinton and Julianne Moore are old friends who reunite over a tough topic, a terminally ill person ending her life in The Room Next Door.
I'll sleep with my door open, and the day that you find it closed is the day it's already happened.
I think the way I approach this one in particular is like, how does Ingrid enter this world? And she enters it just literally hearing that her friend is sick.
I will not go out in mortifying anguish.
They spend time together, they actually influence each other through love, I would say, through real love and respect, and they change.
It's the first English language feature by filmmaker Pedro Almodovar.
I was in the privileged position of him coming to me first and asking me who I wanted Ingrid to be, and I was very clear in my mind that it was Julianne.
When I opened my email one morning and saw that message from Pedro saying, he wished that I would join him and Tilda on this project, I was absolutely thrilled.
There are lots of ways to live inside a tragedy.
What do you do for someone that you care about? How do you put their needs ahead of yours? How do you understand what personal rights and responsibilities are? How do you help someone achieve that?
It's about the triumph of living a self-determined life, right to the end. It's not about death at all, this film. It's about living.
It's daytime. And you're alive.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Harlem Globetrotters are the world's basketball team, touring over 400 cities and 25-plus countries, known for their ball-handling wizardry, rim-rattling dunks, and side-splitting comedy. You've got a chance to win tickets to see them at American Bank Center Thursday, February 13th. Just fill out the form at coastallivingtv.com for your chance to win.
This is Coastal Bend History.
I'm Andy Lascano, and as construction continues on the new Harbor Bridge, the old bridge, the original bridge, continues to serve the Coastal Bend as it has for more than 60 years. And you know one thing they share in common? Both of the bridges, the old one and the new one, were embroiled in controversy over their design and construction.
For most people in the Coastal Bend, the Harbor Bridge has been part of their lives since, well, pretty much since birth. Its distinctive arch, reminiscent of a pirate hat, has been the gateway to the port of Corpus Christi since the 1950s. The original project was discussed in the early part of that decade and met much controversy. In fact, one large group wanted a toll-for-use tunnel under the ship channel. In fact, debates got so heated that then Mayor Albert Lichtenstein resigned in protest in 1953. The fighting only ended when the state of Texas announced it would not pay for a tunnel, but it would pay for the entire cost of a high bridge. When construction began in 1956, the Harbor Bridge was the largest project in the history of the Texas Highway Department. Construction cost was supposed to be just over $9 million, but after land acquisition, the sticker price more than doubled. In all, 340 men worked on the project. 4 died due to falls during construction, and another 2 died later working maintenance on the bridge. The design of the 155 million pound bridge included many innovations. It was the first to use neoprene pads between the approach piers and the roadway, softening the ride for riders. It was also the first project to use pre-stressed and reinforced concrete.
The construction completely altered the northern part of the city because it isolated the Hillcrest and Washington Coles neighborhoods and completely bypassed the North Beach area.
But the new bridge did allow the port of Corpus Christi to widen to 400 feet, and for the first time since 1926, it was able to offer an uninterrupted drive into and out of town. Before the Harbor Bridge, drivers had to cross a lift bridge that could be raised as many as 30 times a day to allow boats into the port. The bridge officially opened October 23, 1959, and on the first day, more than 45,000 cars passed over. It was an instant hit with the public and quickly became the symbol of Corpus Christi and one of the most photographed structures in the area. But keeping the bridge beautiful and viable has been challenging. It had to be painted, and initially crews used brushes. Then in April of 1960, it was repainted. Over the course of 2 years, they learned spray guns were actually the best way to reach every part of the bridge, and it took 15,000 gallons of paint to cover the structure. Over the 60-plus years the bridge has been in service, painting costs alone have exceeded the original cost to build the bridge. In 1983, crews did a complete replacement of the roadway at a cost of $7 million. In 1986, the city replaced the original fluorescent lighting with amber-colored sodium vapor lights, and in 2010, those were traded out for LED lighting, which had to be removed in 2021 after the mounting brackets began to rust. The bridge itself was set to be torn down before that lighting would need to be replaced, but delays on the new Harbor Bridge have extended its stay.
So right now the plan calls for the new Harbor Bridge to be complete and ready to go by next spring, 2025. And if all goes according to plan, then demolition of the original, the old Harbor Bridge, would begin in spring of 2026. Tell you what, if you want more information on the Harbor Bridge, just click the QR code you see on your screen, or just go to our website, christv.com, click on the Coastal Bend History tab, and you're going to see all of our Coastal Bend history stories, including this one. Until next time, I'm Andy Lascano.
Interested in growing your business? Coastal Living can help. Email us at advertise@coastallivingtv.com or scan the QR code on your screen for more information.
Coastal Living. We hope you enjoyed the show, and if you do have a chance to try the Junior Livestock Show, maybe the spring rolls, or of course if you adopt a pet, please let us know. We would love to celebrate that, and we want to know what you think too. Visit us online at Coastal Living TV on Facebook and Instagram. Be sure to join us tomorrow as we enter this season. It's important to make sure that your emergency vehicles are working properly. That's your car, right? So stop at JD Interstate Battery, get your battery checked out. It's a free service, and they'll take great care of you. We'll visit with them tomorrow, and we'll let you know what's happening around the bend. See you then.